Hello and welcome to the TES Secondary Maths Resource of the Week number 101 with me, Craig Barton. So to start our second century in this particular Resource of the Week series, it's time for us to turn our attention to a premium resource, and that's what I'm doing in this current series. Every fourth Resource of the Week will be a premium resource. That's a resource that a teacher has created on TES and put up for sale in the TES marketplace. Now, we've featured some wonderful premium resources in this series so far, and this one is no exception. 44 challenging Key Stage 2 investigations. Now, alarm bells may start ringing immediately because I'm a secondary school maths teacher, and this is the secondary maths resource of the week, but my argument's going to be that this is equally as applicable and useful for Key Stage 3 and even Key Stage 4 students. I snapped up this resource for £2 out of my own money, and it was £2 very well spent. It consists of 44 maths investigations, and it's available. This is one of the first things I like about it, in both PowerPoint form, PDF form, and also JPEG form, so you can choose whatever's most suitable. We're going to look at the PDF because it's just nice and clear. Each new investigation is fits onto a separate page, and they cover a wide variety of mathematical topics. So if we take the first one here, challenge card 1, the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. 6 is a perfect number. The factors of 8 are blah blah blah. What is the first perfect number after 8? Now, what I like about these is you can use them in tons of different ways in the classroom. They lend themselves particularly well to starter activities. So imagine your students walked into the class and that was the first thing that they saw on the board. Even the most reluctant of students is going to be intrigued by that and going to be wanting to have a go. Or they can be kept up your sleeve for extension work, and this is kind of rich, meaningful, worthwhile extension work to give to students instead of kind of letting them crack on with the next topic. I always prefer them to go deeper into a topic, so they're absolutely ideal for things like this. Or there's so many of these, 44 of these, they could be suitable for an entire lesson based on problem solving, maybe a carousel activity with students going from one card to another, 5 minutes on each and so on. What's also nice, and I'm always pleased when I see this, is that the answers are provided, and that's always good, certainly for me in case I'm making mistakes left, right and centre. So you can see there nice, crystal clear, colourful presentations of the answers. Let's have a look at another one of these. A man weighs 75% of his own weight and 33 pounds. What is his weight? So these are classic maths problems presented in really nice ways that test students of all ages and abilities, skills. And again, once again, you get the answer. Just want to flick to some of my favourite ones. This is a really nice one here, a classic kind of football cup structure. How many games are being played? So really nice, and that links itself into some nice other areas of maths, powers of 2 and all that kind of stuff. And that's the other thing I like about this, because there's always potential for extension and going further into topics. So if, for example, you do this particular problem and the students get those answers, then it's always nice just to pause and say, do you recognise those numbers? Have you ever seen those before? Can you extend the answer? What happens if there was one more round? What do you think would happen? And then why? Why on earth do the powers of 2 come into play in this? And is that last number, is that 1 there? Is that a power of 2? Is that an odd one out? Or what's going on here? So it lends itself nicely to further exploration. A nice little calculator problem and so on. Now, some of you are looking at these and probably saying, well, I've seen these, seen some of these before. These are kind of old school problems and all that. And of course, that's absolutely fine. But the thing I like about this resource is it's 44 of them, all together, all presented really, really nicely, all ready to go, ready to be used in the classroom straight away without you having to do any more preparation. So really, really nice. And as you go through, you'll see the challenge level is completely varied, just as the types of mathematical topics and the skills that it calls upon are completely varied as well. And as I say, these are available in PowerPoint form with each question beautifully presented on a single PowerPoint slide with the answer on the next slide, and in this PDF form that I'm showing you here, and also in JPEG form. Another possibility, of course, as well as using it in the classroom, is to use this as like a weekly maths department puzzle. And we've started this year having one problem for year 7 and 8 each week, and one for 10 and 11 each week, and we call it the question of the week. Not very original, I know. And every Monday in our departmental meeting, we look at this coming week's question of the week, and we just chat for 5 minutes about how we're going to extend it and offer support for our different students, because we teach in a school where the kids are setted in year 7 and 8 for maths. And I was just thinking to myself, these questions would lend itself particularly well to that. So if you take a particular one here, let's say this: to pay 8p to a person, 3 coins are needed. What's the smallest amount of money 5 coins must be used to pay? You could give that to perhaps a middle ability, say year 7 class or year 8 class. But then for a lower ability class, you might need to structure that in a slightly different way. You might need to offer them a bit more support. You might need to give them some kind of framework to start listing all the different outcomes, or maybe start with 4 coins. But then with a higher ability group, you might present it like that, but then have a few extension questions up your sleeve. Like an obvious one would be the smallest amount of money with 6 coins and 7 coins. And is there a pattern? Can they make some predictions from it? How many different ways can they make different amounts of money? Which amount of money under £1 can be made in the most different ways with coins? And that's what we do as a staff. We take a question and we just discuss different ways, and after about 5 minutes we tend to have at least 3 or 4 different ways of offering to support to students, and 3 or 4 different ways of offering extension and challenge to students. And that turns a really nice problem like this into potentially a whole lesson's worth of work and rich, engaging problem solving. So anything that can help support us doing that, I'm always a big fan of. And for £2 to have another 44 of these, that's a year's worth of these questions of the week. I was more than happy to pay it. So there it is, 44 challenging Key Stage 2 investigations, and I shall return with a fresh, free resource of the week next week. Take care, and bye for now.